welcome to the Bluefin Hangout. It is Friday. We're wearing jerseys. It's the best day of the week. Weekend is around the corner. 3-day weekend. It's so exciting. Going to be talking about a lot of Evangelion today, but let's introduce the panel. First, I want to introduce for the first time on the any Bluefin stream. He was on Anime Feud, but we got Nam. Nam, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, not so bad myself. What's up, everyone? How are you?
And we're excited that Nam is here because he was hitting us with a lot of Evangelion theories that I hadn't even thought about, and it sounds incredible, and I love it. But I can't wait to talk about that. So thank you, Nam, for joining us today.
No problem.
And then, of course, we have our normal rogues gallery of AJ and Justin.
Hey,
how are
everyone.
you two fine gents doing today?
It's Friday, like someone in the comments said, so I am happy to be here.
Ooh, I always want to sing It's Friday.
I try not to.
Friday, yeah.
Kick it in the front seat, party in the back seat.
So today, we're in honor of Evangelion, the Rebuild series, finally coming to its conclusion a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be giving away a real great Eva Unit 1 right in front of Nam. So be very active in the comments. It never hurts to, suck kneecaps with AJ because typically he's the one who gives it away. Sometimes it's Justin. So
I feel like I'm the one always filling out the shipping and getting the giveaways to begin with.
Yeah, suck out to Justin this time around.
All right, so suck up to Justin. And we are going to have a fun game, so maybe that'll factor into it. But definitely be active in the comments. We might see something we like, and just sometimes we're like, hey, you won.
Boom.
Ooh.
It's that easy.
Yeah. One of the things I want to hear from the comments is, do you prefer the original Evangelion or the Rebuild series? Or do you like them the same? And maybe let us know why. Or if you thought a certain character got off easy in this one as compared to some of the other ones. So let's just start with our baseline. So Nam, where is your entry point for Evangelion?
Ooh.
Were you a fan of the original series and then came into the series, or where did you start your Evangelion?
So I actually started from the original series. Like years ago, I was a 14-year-old, just getting into anime. My aunt made me a promise. She's like, "Yeah, if you do good in school, I'll buy you something." I was like, "Okay."
Whoa.
I want a complete anime series. So I went to the store. We saw Evangelion complete series. No clue what it was. I bought it, and ever since then, it's been kind of like, a crazy trip. I'll tell you that.
I can't believe you ended up picking that one.
Yeah. I was
Out of all
like,
the complete sets, you could pick that one right there.
I mean, it called to me. It knew,
There you go.
Now it's kind of an age check. Did you buy the series on DVD?
It was on DVD. Yeah, it was
lucky.
like the original DVD set, where when it was just first released, it was like $100-something bucks.
Like the
Was it the black box?
Yes,
with
the black
nerve?
box one, yes,
Had
yes.
nerve on the cover or
That
whatever.
one.
So that's actually worth like a ton of money.
Yeah,
Like,
I still have it though.
Yeah, I still have mine, and it's
Right.
Yeah, right.
Good job,
it goes on
man.
eBay for like $300.
Oh,
No,
man.
it's crazy. I too had that thing, but I'm a little older, so when I first watched Evangelion, it was on VHS.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you got 2 episodes of tape.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of
Box set's really
Yeah.
big.
it was kind of a nightmare. AJ, why don't you let us know what's your kind of origin tale with Evangelion? Are you the same as Nam, to where you came in at the beginning, or did you come on later?
I came on one, I think, a little bit later after it started airing. I definitely did not buy that cool box set, but I remember watching it as much as I could. Like, I think when I was watching it, it was like not even in in order. So I'm like, I don't even know what order I'm watching these episodes in. It wasn't until like way later in my life where I'm like, I gotta sit down and rewatch this the correct way.
Nice. And Justin, you were there for the original
Yeah,
VHS?
VHS,
Ooh,
yeah.
oh,
In
man.
college. Passing
That's
tapes
crazy.
around.
Pizza Hut
In our backpacks.
VHS tapes.
Remember,
Yeah.
guys, be kind, rewind.
Yeah, I had a buddy that I was working with at the time, and he kept going on about this show Evangelion. He's like, "Oh, there's like angels, and there's like mech suits," and I'm like, "I gotta watch this." And my vision was like angels with wings.
Oh yeah.
And I was totally surprised, blown away, happily, and I fell in love with the series. And then the movies were like, I don't know about that. And then jump into Rebuild. I had a lot of fun with the series. So
Complete 180 with that.
Yeah, the movies that followed up the original series was definitely weird. Like the first one is just like death and carnage. You're like, oh my
yeah.
god, what am I watching? Let's make this stop. And then the second one was just like, what? I don't know what's happening.
sorry,
right now.
Oscar.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, it's a very crazy trip. I mean, I enjoyed all the movies and all the series, but I remember when I first watched Anime Eva, I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, I never thought I'd see such thing on the screen like that, and I was like, man.
How many times have you actually seen either the series or the movies? Because I know like this is the kind of type where like you kind of have to rewatch it several times to start getting a grasp of it.
So this is where I ever since I watched the series, I actually had every year, during summer I have a marathon where I
my-
would just sit down, watch the original series, then watch the movie.
Which count at then?
So I did it for almost like 10 years straight, and
Oh.
recently I've stopped. So because I kind of like I felt like I've seen enough, I kind of could accept it and move on.
And after seeing it like 13 times, you finally understand it, right?
For the most part, I kind of got a good grasp of like how what they were going for. But like I said, even with that,
Mhm.
it's still kind of debatable. There's a lot of theories and stuff that goes around, and it's still not. It's very
So we need to
certain.
watch it more than 13 times. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
It's kind of an emotional commitment, though. So I feel like for me, I was talking to Sean about this the other day. Who, by the way, thank you for filling in for me last week. Appreciate that, Sean. But it's like almost every 10 years I gotta watch it because like
Mhm.
it takes that long to recoup from all the
Oh, yeah.
damage, the psychological damage that the show does to me. I'm like,
It's like,
I need a
breathe
break.
once again.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Got to take a shower. You got to watch like 10 seasons of The Simpsons or Parks and Rec.
Right.
and just get
Yeah.
back in a happy place. Several comments have been talking about Cruel Angel's Thesis, the opening song for Evangelion. It's definitely one of the more iconic anime
Mhm,
themes.
Definitely.
I know Justin recently had asked people if they watched the intros to television shows or anime. And I would say that Evangelion is probably the closest I ever came to watching it more than once. I really
Oh yeah.
dig that intro.
Every single time, and I'm singing along and having a good time. And
But no idea the words.
That song shows up in a lot of like rhythm games, and every
yeah.
time I see it as an option, boom, playing.
Yeah.
Hardest difficulty. Do this.
100% love it. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
There's a lot of people just loving all the different Avas.
Mhm.
I mean, design wise, I mean, the Avas in the original series versus Avas in the rebuild series. Nam, do you have a preference in one or the other?
Not really. I'll be honest. I like the design. It's very sleek and stuff. But then I would say that one of my favorite design actually doesn't even show up in the series. It
Mhm.
actually shows up in one of the video games that never came over here, unfortunately. But if you guys want to know, it's the Ava Unit 1 F-type equipment. It's the one where he's like super bulky and has like this anti-graviton cannon thing on his shoulders and stuff.
Gotta have
That's pretty
one of
crazy.
those.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Was that the one that was on the Nintendo 64?
No, it was
Or
actually on
PlayStation 1?
the PlayStation or PSP or no, somewhere around the PlayStation.
Somewhere
era.
on
yeah. It's a lot of games. So,
Yeah. I remember there was an anime shop or a video game shop that I used to rent Evangelion tapes from. Like I said,
oh man,
way back
This one
when.
right here.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't. I worked at Blockbuster. Our Blockbuster didn't have them, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
And so they also had like import games, and one of them was Evangelion.
Oh
and,
wow, that's crazy.
I didn't have the proper modding on my system to do it, and so I looked into doing it. That was too much work. I was gonna brick my system,
Yeah.
Oh man,
and I definitely didn't want that. What about you, Justin? Did you have a preference on the Ava designs?
Well, I mean, they're all beautiful, but I know that when the first time I saw Asuka's the Unit 2, I was in love with that. That's my first and only metal build figure that I ever have, and I love it to death. Sometimes at work when I just kind of needed a break, I just look over it and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty badass. I love it. So definitely that, and then even I think it was the Unit 8 that was in this new movie was pretty badass too. That pink one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
the one that kept fusing me over.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, that's
I'm
cool.
part of
Yeah.
9, 8, 10, 11.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
awesome. And then even when she showed up in the second movie, I think she had like sort of like this little
She
Ava
had,
on like rollers
she
kind of
had
thing. with all
Unit
those-
5.
Yeah, that was cool too. I
Yeah.
dug that.
Yeah, tons of love for Ava 1. I think it's purple. You didn't get a lot of purple back in the day.
right.
Red was a popular color. I liked the color scheme of it,
Red.
of Unit 0, because I love orange. But yeah, Ava 1 is just so iconic.
Red, orange. There you go.
Yeah.
You would think I would love Asuka, but
Yeah,
but my favorite part of the original series is when the white units just go to town on her.
It's like, hey, what's that thing on your face? Oh, it's
Oh,
a
man.
spear. Sorry.
But that's great because she gets all excited. She's like, I got 5 minutes to kill all of them. And she gets them all. And she's like, oh, I did it. And they all just stand back.
Oh, I know. That's
yeah,
terrible.
That's
that
a scary
was
one.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
hated
Yeah.
that
And they
part.
bust out the wings and they're like circling and they're like, whoosh.
Yeah, like vultures.
yeah.
Yeah.
The voltage coming down.
Woo.
Oh, man.
Like, sorry, Asuka.
I
Gonna
did
have a
too.
bad time.
Right.
Now, did anyone here watch the rebuild series as they were going? So I was late to the party and I kind of watched all 4 of them recently.
Oh man,
Did you guys watch them when they came out?
I watched it when it first came out, and literally I had to wait years for like,
Mhm.
well, at least for 2.0. It wasn't that long. It was like a year or two. So I was like, all right, not bad. 3.0, like a couple years later. But then after 3.0, I was like, man, when's the 4.0 going to come out? And And yeah, it just took forever. I kind of gave up, honestly.
Whoa.
And it wasn't this year when I heard that they were finally having a release date. I was so ecstatic. I was like, oh my God, finally, you know?
Now, as someone who binged them all, you know, I got to go straight from 3 to 4. Now, were you satisfied at the end of 3? And you're like, okay, I'm happy now. I can wait to 4.
I'll be honest, no. At first, I thought, I was like, okay, you know, I could kind of accept this a little bit. If it had that same feel as End of Ava, kind of. But then it definitely made me wonder, like, what's gonna happen next? Like, what's the deal? Where are they going and all that? And what's in the the planned future? Because it's like this is kind of uncharted territory from Ava, you know. And as it kept going, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna, when it happens, it happens.
When it happens, it happens. Oh man. It's like it took a while too, because like you said, you're like you had to wait between those two movies, and the waiting for the movie is just, it sometimes breaks your heart. You're like, please just release now.
It was like almost a whole decade actually. Because I was like, what, 2012 was when it was released, 3.0 or something.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, exactly. But then now that I watch it like 3.0 after 4.0, I actually enjoyed them watching together as a pair, because I felt like it was a very good contrast with the third movie and the fourth, you know. Like the third movie got you feeling like, oh man, I'm not happy with this. But fourth, it's like, okay, you know, I can see what they were doing, you know.
Yeah, it's one thing I learned with this show is just to not ask questions. They might get answered, but you're gonna have a lot going into it, especially the first like 20 or 30 minutes. You're like, what the heck is happening? Like just answer. Shinji's got questions. He's got Q's. You got A's. You're not answering any of them.
You're gonna need like a little Word doc open to have all your questions.
I was like, I'm right there with you, Shinji. I have no idea what the hell is going on.
It's kind of like this like old shooter games in the arcade, like 1942, to where you just have to let your eyes like kind of unfocus and like just like zone into the game. You just gotta kind of just let Evangelion just wash over you.
Yeah, but by the time the fourth one ends, it all just kind of it's very. Spoiler alert, happy ending a little bit. So that took me by surprise. And then it just all sort of, the pieces all came into place. And like you, I binged the heck out of them in like 2 days. And it was a lot to digest. But once the fourth movie ended, I was like, all right, I could tap my foot to this. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely seems like 2 different blocks. So the first 2 episode movies, which were, you know, basically the majority of the first series. And, you know, it's not, I wouldn't say faithful, but it's a pretty cool condensed version of it. And then you have the last 2, which are just kind of like this like anime fever dream that Hideki Anno just like took us on.
It's like, what if I did this?
Right. I mean, he had the budget for it, so you know, go all out.
Yeah, and I think it's good that, you know, it's not 4.0, it's 3.0.1. What's the last?
3.0 plus 1. Thrice upon a time.
Thrice upon a time.
Mexico.
Or Shin Evangelion, as some people would say, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good that people are enjoying that, because I know a lot of people were displeased with how the original series ended and how the movies ended. And I remember they like stormed like the Gygax offices at one point and were like, you need to redo this.
Yeah.
And he did like 30 years later.
Yeah.
That was one of the first times that fans took a stance on their media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Anno's been busy with like Shin Godzilla. You know, he's gonna do. I think he's doing Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah, Shin Kamen Rider,
Shin
Ultraman also. Yeah.
Yeah, even Evangelion. At one point, it said like Shin Evangelion.
Yeah, the fourth movie. I think that's what they're kind of shortening it to as Shin Evangelion.
Whew.
So I'm saying,
It's
you know,
more easy than 3.0 plus 1.0.
Yeah,
Thrice
definitely.
upon a time.
Yeah,
Sometimes these long titles, I'll never remember them.
Because the third one's 3.33 and this one's 3.0 plus 1. So you're like, is this the fourth one or the third one?
Yeah, I confirmed on the dates of the releases when I was going through my binging process.
Here's a great question. We'll go to Nam first and see has all the theories here. Do you think the rebuilds are sequels or remakes, or where do you think this fits into the constant timeline?
This is where my stance is. Like, from the first 2 movies, like it's very open-ended. Like you don't know for sure if it's a sequel or just, you know, whatever, or a standalone. But then I like, especially the first movie, it was basically like copy paste until the very end. Second movie went on its own, so you can see like, oh, maybe it might be a standalone. But I felt like the third and fourth movie kind of makes it so that it's actually, you could go both ways. But my stance is a sequel, you know, because there's a lot of events that happen in Ava that kind of transfers over to the reboot series, and a lot of things that they talk about. even though it's kind of like hard to understand. But I feel like it does have
Hard to
traces.
understand.
Yeah, it does have traces back
It's
to
meant to be hard, I think. On
like
purpose.
one of my theories that I kind of want to stand on is like with Asuka and her name change. I don't want to go much spoilers yet, but then I feel like her name Shikinami. There is a reason why it changed to that in the reboot rather than, saying it's Langley story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we can go into spoilers. So this is your spoiler warning. If you
There
clicked
you
on a
go.
live stream about Evangelion franchise, you got to know there's going to be spoilers. So don't hold back in the future, Nam, if you want to spoil
Okay.
everything.
Cool.
So are you saying that the original series and all of its contents happened, the movies like Death and Rebirth, End of Evangelion, that happened,
Mhm.
and then this is the continuation from that?
Yeah, because like what I believe happened was, at the end of Eva, Shinji was realized, hey, I could probably just like, start over,
Do over.
And, do over, and he literally do over, and kind of like reboots the world.
But why doesn't he make it better?
See, the thing is, I felt like the thing about Shinji was he was at the time during his reboots, he still, even though he could accept himself, he was so insecure about other people accepting him.
Got it.
That's what that knot is in the parentheses in some of these titles.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. It could go both ways, in my opinion.
It's like, you are not alone. You are alone.
Yeah, right. And the
Make
thing
up
is,
your
Shinji
mind,
wants to make
Shinji.
a world with. I mean, he wants to redo the world with Evangelion because he feels like that's what he has. That's kind of what he's good at, and people love him because he's an Eva pilot and stuff. So I feel like throughout the reboot series is kind of him coming to grasp that maybe I could live in a world without Eva, and hence why the ending of Shin Eva or 3.0 plus 1, whatever.
So there you go. It's too long.
I felt like it's very beautiful because it kind of shows him kind of maturing, growing out of his I don't need Ava anymore. I can kind of just go on and be my own person and end the series like that.
So does the loop stop?
Yeah, I feel like when that happened, it basically stopped because there's no more Evangelion. Because the whole thing was Evangelion was kind of causing this whole time loop to happen.
Yeah, I think like when I was watching it, the first thing when he was like, I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm like, are you sure? And then like he stopped. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe we get a little bit more Torch Shinji going on over here. I'm like, I expect you to cry somewhere around here.
Yeah, CMS has the most Ava thing ever put down. It's a time loop. Future impacts as a result of previous impacts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not even going in a nutshell. I don't know what is.
There was one part when like they said like a second, third impact or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like,
second.
so
No,
fourth?
So
no, it's the second, third impact.
I'm pretty sure that means fourth.
I'm like, math is the same in every language. What's the problem here?
And then like all the time, no, let's just call it another impact. Right? Yeah.
I found, because I don't particularly care for Shinji Ikari in the original series. I thought in these movies, especially the first two that were retellings of the original series, I thought he came off a lot better. They took away a lot of the go into the corner and crying. Like there's a lot of instead of spending 15 minutes like I don't want to pilot the Ava, it was like I don't want to pilot the Ava. Shinji, you're gonna do it. All right,
Get in the
I think
robot.
all of us are like, give me the keys. I'll drive.
Yeah.
right.
I gotta ask. So I know you're a dub person.
Dubs.
Yeah, like I watched this, I clicked it, and I was like, it's in dub. Oh man, I'm totally about subs, but I can't be bothered to like find a way to change it. So I watched that movie entirely like in sub. I'm like, I don't know if I like this or not. I think his voice was pretty okay for what it was.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So I'll be honest. I watched Evangelion when I first watched it. It was all in dub too, and I'll tell you the dubbing is something. It's very unique in its own way, and I kind of like got used to it. So when I was watching the first time watching Thrice Upon a Time, I'll just call it that for now.
There you go. It's better.
Yeah. I was watching with my buddy, and he was like, "No, we're gonna watch this all in subs," and I'm like, all right, you know what? I've never really seen the movies in subs, so let's go.
It's quite a long movie. Actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can read that long.
It's 2.5 hours long. Yeah. So I was like, the subs is definitely different than the dubs, but I could, it's not bad. Yeah, at least in my opinion.
We'll have to try to check that movie out again, this time with subs.
Yeah, right.
Read.
I think Damon had a similar observation that Justin D said. I can't stand the English dub of Shinji. Far prefer the Japanese voice. I wasn't bothered because to me Shinji's already kind of a whiner, so I didn't have a problem.
Did I say I had a problem with Shinji?
I thought you said someone's voice you didn't care for. I thought it was Shinji.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh.
No, Shinji was fine.
Well, it's not. I don't care too much for Shinji's voice.
I mean, I don't have an amazing voice, so it's hard for me to say something bad about somebody else's voice.
Yeah, Jay wants to know what's Evangelion. Jay, if we sat you in a room for 17 days nonstop, told you about what Evangelion is, we wouldn't even scratch the surface. So.
We gotta bring Nam again.
If I explain, it'll take hours. I'll tell you that right now.
Can we talk for a second about that Evangelion Ichiban statue that's twirling?
Yes.
Because that moment in the second movie when the Eva has the awakening, I was blown away. I thought that was like just the coolest moment in like the history of the series. I mean, I really like in the original when he goes total berserk and like when he's eating it and like howling at the moon kind of thing. That was really cool and just keeps feeding its face. But when the arm forms and the halo forms, I was literally just like floored. I loved every second of that moment.
That part too in the second movie was part one of my favorite also. What's also crazy, okay, I'm gonna go more into like the whole sequel duality here. What's crazy was that so in the original series, it was actually the Eva that went berserk, technically his mom. Spoiler, of course. But then
to that one person.
To that one person, So his mom was the one that took control of the Eva and then ate, the angel. But what's crazy was in the second one, it was actually Shinji that was on pretty much like in total control, and he was the one that kind of was doing everything himself, and it was because of that he caused third impact.
Right because that's the whole thing, right, where when they have their awakening, then they are losing their humanity, right? That's what's happening. That was crazy, but of course we didn't know that, and then when the third movie starts and the world's terrible and Shinji's the worst, we're like, well, what happened? He saved Ray. What's the problem, man?
Everyone's all hate on him. Like, no, don't fight Ava again.
Yeah, you're in big trouble, mister. You're getting scolded.
So Not Dumpla says, prove who has the least amazing voice by singing the melody of Cruel Angel's Thesis, Please Bing. Yeah, I think if I sung it, it would be highly offensive because I don't know any of the words. And
I can hum it, really.
I've actually karaokeed it on my stream before. So yeah,
I caught that one.
Yeah.
So now you got to throw out that stream channel. So.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. So you guys didn't know I actually also stream on Twitch too. If you guys ever want to check it out, check out Hayanzo at twitch.tv. Oh, HAIYANZO.
Boom.
And do you have a highlight video on there of you singing Cruel Angel's Thesis?
It might be in one of the VODs. I'm actually not sure. I need to check. But I'm planning to do a karaoke stream again. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll do it.
Got to request that.
You got to request,
And then you fly me to the moon at the end.
Yeah.
I want the third time you sing.
Oh man,
Cruel Angel's Thesis.
We had a couple questions about how like the real grade Ava compares to like a real grade Gundam. Has anyone here built this real grade here?
I haven't, but I've seen a lot of photos of it and it looks gorgeous.
I've seen reviews. I'll be honest. I mean, I love building Gunpla and stuff, and Ava is definitely one of my favorite. But building real grades, I rather prefer mass grades than real grades, so I kind of avoid real grades a lot. I know that's a hot topic, but
Clark's not here, so it's okay.
Yeah. I know Damon Bradowski in the chat. I know he built the real grade because he won our super mega hobby giveaway, and he's been in the chat just telling everyone how incredible it is. So
that was one in the giveaway, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
And he won it. He
got the whole crate and sent that photo to us.
He's got him and his 4 kids.
Yeah, they're all holding
they all get something.
It's a great picture. It's him and his 4 kids looking so happy, and then I just imagine his wife behind the camera just like, oh my god, there's so much.
It's like a Pretty Woman scenario with just all these boxes.
Yeah, big mistake. So Joshua, working on one now. Very impressive engineering. Whoa. That's always great. So as far as Ava designs, was anyone else confused when Ava 1 fought Ava 13 and they looked like the same Ava?
Yeah, a couple times. I'm like, wait, which one's which?
Yeah. I'm gonna go more into I think it's really cool though about that because it was very symbolic of kind of Shinji versus his dad, and they're very similar in a way, but also different, And it was what was really trippy was when they're fighting, the scenes were changing and everything, and it looked really bad during some fights where they're using really old PlayStation 2 models and stuff like that. But I felt it was cool because I felt like that was a very it was a directive choice that they did, and I think it worked well with it because they were in they were
like the school. They were in some
schools and pyramids. I had to rewind.
I was like, was that a school?
It was going to everything at school, Misato's kitchen and stuff like that.
Just fighting in the most. I'm like, how big are these right now?
They should have had Pen just chilling in the background. They should have did shirts versus skins. That would have made it a lot easier.
So 13 have 4 arms or something, right?
Yeah, 13 had 4 arms. Yeah,
that was the thing. I was like, there we go. The one with the 4 arms is the one I know is 13. The other one that has 2 is the other
Yeah.
ones.
Double X Nike has a question: Avas versus Gundams, who wins?
Ooh.
Oh,
Any strong feelings
I've
here?
had this debate a long time ago in forums,
Oh,
so
yeah?
I'll tell you right now. Gundams, they're very strong especially with their weapons, but I feel like if they can't find a way to bypass the AT field, though, Ava's going to have the upper advantage.
couldn't you just cut like the wire or something?
Can't they
Oh
just,
yeah, the wire too, but then with the AT field, it blocks that though. Like it literally blocks them.
can't they
unless
just
there's
wait?
another
Can't they just set their
squad.
timer for 5 minutes?
Well, they gotta
Yeah,
cut the
that's
cord
it.
first.
Oh, there you go.
But also another thing you gotta know that Avas are pretty much like gigantic compared to Gundam.
Oh.
So
Now
like,
I know like usually they're called mobile suit, but like I feel like Ava's a lot more mobile than
oh
is. But I would put my vote towards the Avas just because they're more humanoid and have like all those action moves that they can do
Mhm.
with the cord, of course.
And they go berserk.
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, chat's pretty universal. Avas win.
There you
yeah.
go. This is an Ava stream, so
Well, okay, can we talk about the part where Ray was they're fighting the 10th angel, and Ray had the big missile and she's trying to get through the field, but then Mari comes and she also attacks from the front.
Mhm.
Does that AT field exist behind it too? Is it like a complete 360 thing, or was it silly for her to go right at the shield when she could have just sidestepped and gone on the other side of it? Am I crazy?
I don't know the mechanics of
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my head, it's like all around.
All
them.
around
And the only
them.
reason we're seeing in front of them is because they're attacking the front.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm open to be
mean-
completely wrong about this, but in my head canon, it just encircles them.
God,
I'm
I
actually-
hope so. I
I'm actually
definitely
in the
hope so.
other end of I'm like I know we have this figure right here. I'm like it's in the front. I've always seen the AT field in the front.
Yeah.
It must only be in the front.
Right? What about
Yeah.
they're like use the rear deflector shield?
Yeah, so if someone like right over at this angle was aiming, they probably
Oh,
hit
actually, that's true because I remember in the end of Ava when Asuka's fighting the JSDF, they were shooting her in the front. She was blocking, and then they're like, "Yo, get her cord, shoot the cord," and they got the cord. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh crap!" Yeah.
And she's like, I only got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She's like, better get to work.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, technically speaking, I mean, we're gonna go technical here. AT field is what they call the bearer of the soul, so I would assume it would have protect the whole surrounding, but obviously not the umbilical or the cord.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly getting through this. soul.
Reminds me when you're a kid and you're playing and you're like, nope, my force field was
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Sorry.
that's true.
Force field, AT
It
field.
makes sense that they're like 14-year-olds piloting these things.
I tear
Mhm.
through it. Where was RX?
Oh, how does that work? Okay, so they're kids when they pilot them, but then the third movie fast forwards 14
I think
years.
it's 14, yeah.
Yeah.
So are they now adults in these?
Oh,
But they don't age.
yeah, they don't.
They don't age. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
There's,
flip the switch on that.
It's kind of hard for me to believe that.
It's. I mean, it goes with the whole thing about the whole cloning thing because they had the Ayanami series
Mhm.
and then they had the Shikinami series too, which we were talking about earlier before the stream. About Asuka, how they revealed in the fourth movie that she was part of a series of clones actually,
Mhm.
and she was actually made since the beginning to be the best Ava pilot, and that was kind of her clone's duty. And it's interesting because he actually spoke a little bit about that. That apparently the Ayanami series was made to be attracted to Shinji,
Yeah,
while the Shikinami series were made to be more combat ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, because in this original series, they make a big point that only children born after Second Impact
yeah,
can pilot the Avas, and that's not really even mentioned in this new series.
Mhm.
yeah.
Because it's a big deal. Because Shinji's either born or conceived during Second Impact. I don't remember which one. it was.
I wasn't there.
You didn't watch 13
You weren't there?
times.
I'm pretty sure he was born like right after
Okay.
Second Impact.
Well, because in the original series, one of their buddies, right, like Toji, he becomes a pilot.
Yeah, he
for half
becomes
a
a pilot.
second.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
For 8 seconds.
yeah, for 8 seconds.
Doesn't
Yeah.
work
Doesn't end well for him.
We're gonna need another clone.
Yeah, Phantom RX pointed out something that kind of shocked me during the film. It was spoiler when Shinji's dad picking his brains up off the
Oh,
ground,
yeah.
yeah.
then seeing his
man.
eyes completely split away and missing was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was like, whoa.
I was good animation on that. I was like, ooh, what is that? Brain matter? Oh, it is brain matter.
Yeah.
He's putting it back. Oh,
What was cool about
3-second
that?
rule.
Yeah, right. 3 seconds. Yeah.
I still got knowledge in that.
What was cool about that scene was that Ritsuko was the one that shot him, and like in the end of it, she was the one that actually got shot by him.
Yeah.
So kind
Yeah.
of now she's like, I got you this time. You know?
Yeah. In a pool of whatever that juice is
Yeah.
under Lilith in the original series.
Ooh.
Super Devil Juice.
Not Dumpla is a man of our hearts. Anytime you can compare anything to the movie Hook is a win in my book. I think the non-aging thing is the same mechanic as in the movie Hook, starring Robin Williams. So, yay, Hook!
Take it.
All right.
We like the boo box.
The
Put,
boo.
put Shinji in the boo box.
Oh man, Shinji is the boo box.
He is the boo box.
Oh, Oh, unfortunately, Kyle Dixon, that's the dangerous game you play when you buy these amazing kits. Is you're gonna get sucked in, and you can't build just one. If you build one, you have amazing willpower. You'll be coming back for more.
Everyone's always got like some kind of backlog of like more than 5 or something like that.
Don't remind about my backlog.
There you go.
So Nam, you had some crazy theories. What is the craziest theory that you've heard about the Rebuild series that you think maybe holds water?
Let me see. I would, like I said earlier, I think the craziest one would probably the whole thing about Asuka, about how the reason why her name is Shikinami now rather than Lengi Soryu. And that theory actually is because some people say at the end of Eva, when Asuka was, devoured by a bunch of vultures and stuff and pierced by the lance like multiple times, what they say is that the lance pierces the soul. And because of that, it basically obliterated her,
Mm-hmm.
And so during Third Impact, during End of Eva, technically speaking, she's kind of already gone. And I think the Asuka that was at the end of the beach scene where, Shinji sees, it could be a kind of like his own amalgamation of her, of how he views her or how he sees her. And when he reboots the world, kind of since her original self isn't there, they had to fill in with the Shikinami series. And,
wow.
that's part of the crazy one I see.
That's now the biggest one that I've heard.
Yeah.
There you go, adding that one to my book.
Yeah, you guys got a lot more out of this movie than I did. You were telling me things. I'm like, wait, she's a clone? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most thing I was paying attention on, like at the THRICE UPON A TIME, was at the very end when he was like reset, or not resetting, but like undoing everything, and like it went from like regular animation, and then it went to like line art, and then it went into like all the like the timestamps for like all the frames. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what meta stuff is happening? And then like Mari showed up, and then like she splashed down, color happened. I'm like, that was really cool. I'm like, I might have to rewind that just again to see it a second time.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, when the final like transition was happening and Shinji's going through the motions and sort of giving permission to everyone to move on. I thought that was interesting because like they all have this burden to like save the world, and they're just stuck in this plane of existence. And he's like, no, it's gonna be okay. But
like Ray had like the funniest moment. Like I know when he was telling me, he was like, "Don't worry about me." She's like, "Okay."
Okay.
Shake your hand.
Goodbye.
There's a gold watch you can give me, and then I'll just take off.
I gotta say something though. Like Ray with long hair though. Okay, I'm a big Ray fan, so just laying that out right now. We're about to have a big debate probably about it, but yeah, I seen Ray with long hair. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Because like usually she's always that iconic short hair. So when she had that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a very nice look for her, a very different design.
So you're saying Ichibancho, Ray long hair, when?
Yes, please do that.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. You remember us watching the original show on bootleg VHS.
Oh,
VHS tape trader.
Bottom out of a guy's trunk, back of his car.
And a Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Where it's safe. Always meet in a public place when you're buying something out of somebody's trunk.
Yeah, Phantom RX says the fights were better in the original, but the angels were cooler in the rebuild. I think the angels look really good, especially like that, like the ones like the 8-sided die. I think his name's Romuel or whatever.
Oh yeah.
In the original, it's just like
he was just like that.
He was just nothing. But in this one, he's got like texture and he like transforms into different like shapes. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I liked it when he trolled them the first time when they shot him, and he's like, just kidding.
It's like that meme. Call the police. Call the police. Ambulance, but not for me.
Right. I think in the original though, when there was that blood sphere ball thing, then when the one came out of it, I thought that was just like one of the other coolest scenes aside from him going berserk, but just sort of like almost like Diablo just coming out like in Final Fantasy or something.
I remember that.
I just really love that. Those are like two of my favorite things aside from the horrible like snuff film that was watching Asuka get killed. But that was on par with the moment when like in the second movie when Unit 1 had the awakening.
For me, it's like even this one, the newest one, like the little grabby hand ones with the knives when Mari and like I was like, there's too many of these. Like I'm like, it just reminds too much. Like, oh yeah, there's too many of these little minion ones. You're sure to like die here.
And then they blow up, right? They attach and blow up. That's terrible.
Oh man,
bunch of sneaky sneaks.
They all have knives on them too. So I'm like, I thought it was just hands. Nope, they got a knife.
Oh yeah, I really liked Ray in the Village. There's a comment from Robot Ninja MK3. Yeah, when she was in the village, I'm like, this is more than I've ever liked Ray in my whole life.
Right.
When she's just like planting rice with like the old women of the town and stuff like that, and doesn't have a name, and she's every time she looks at that baby, I'm like, man, she's gonna kill that baby. She's gonna do something I'm gonna be mad about.
Honestly, when I saw that, I was like, man, it feels like I'm watching a Ghibli film or something. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like very peaceful and just kind of like watching them do their
It's
stuff.
a slice of life that you didn't know you needed.
Right.
And then he goes to like the outer edges, and you see just this wall protecting them from these monsters.
Right. It was weird though when she saw the baby and she's like, "Why is it so small?" It's like you forget. I mean, part of you, there's that you're so immersed that there's that disconnect for a second where you forget that she is a clone and has no idea what.
I mean, she's not even the real Ray, actually.
Right.
Yeah, she's just another.
She's like,
clone.
I'm not the real Ray.
Yeah.
What are you talking
What?
about?
I'm not Ray.
I'm here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it doesn't even have a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I got to give you a name. Well, Ray already exists, so we got to pick something different.
You know what's funny about that was that I'm not sure if anyone knows about this, but long time ago, like I think around 2005 or so, there actually was a light novel that was released as a unofficial sequel to the Evangelion original series called Eva Anima, and it was kind of like it took place like a couple years later, and it just continues on the story. I never really fully read it, but I did know that in that story, that's Mari was introduced in that. They had a bunch of Ray clones that they named like I don't know, they had like some weird names for them too.
Ray 1, Ray 2, Ray 3, Ray 4.
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Ray.
It was really interesting.
Ray plus 3 plus 2 plus 1.
Thrice removed.
Ray upon a time.
Well, you brought up Mari, and Mari's new, for most of us into the series. So start with you, Justin. What were your thoughts on Mari?
I loved her. I thought she was great. I like how she's always singing. I like how Asuka's always yelling at her, like, you're supposed to be covering me. She's just lollygagging.
Always calling her princess.
Yeah.
I gotta say the princess.
So she's a great addition. She's I mean, obviously we've seen the same characters over and over and over again. So it was fun to see not only a new character, but one that just gelled so well with the rest of the team.
Yeah, I like the pink Ava that comes.
Yeah,
a pink Ava. All right.
Yeah, we haven't seen a pink one. So
I was like, we got purple, we got a red one. The yellow one, but I'm like, we need a pink one.
And I liked how her frames didn't have the top part. It was just like,
no.
Always look like they were broken.
Yeah.
Hector H says,
choice.
I clapped when I saw Pin in Thrice Upon the Time. That was exciting to see not only him, but other penguins.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's more than one. Ooh.
He found his
I've never
homies.
seen a bird like that.
And then he's telling her Asuka, it's like, it's a penguin.
Yeah.
Duh. Everybody knows that. Well, Justin, you had a fun game. Do you want to?
Yeah. So this is kind of a silly thing. So a while back when we did a Mortal Kombat stream, we did a fun like anagram game, and Scorpion, his anagram was Rico Pons. So this is now officially the Rico Pons game. So
there is no Scorpion anymore. It's only Rico Pons.
Rico Pons, yeah. And my last Dark Souls character was named Rico Pons, for crying out loud. It is sticking.
I have to make that like my trainer name for like Pokemon games now.
Right.
Rico Pons.
So what we're gonna do is I used an anagram generator to create these fun names, but it's gonna be all characters from Evangelion, and I'm gonna say a name, and you just gotta try and figure out who this is.
But we get to see the name, right?
Yeah, I believe Steven has them ready to put them up on the screen to make it easier for everyone.
And as usual, we're gonna lean heavily on you, chat, because you guys do so much better at these than we do.
1000% better.
So please help us out.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Just give them 1 second. So so make sure you're commenting your guesses. Like I said, we're gonna be giving away this real grade. Justin will decide when it goes into.
All right.
Yeah, but thank you everyone for coming. That's all you got to do is comment to be entered to win, and we'll announce the winner before we exit the show. All right. So Steven, are you ready for the first one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and throw it on up. So Casey Gulalan.
All right. I think I know who it is, but I'll give chat and everyone else a little bit of time.
I think I have a guess. It's like Casey with I'm waiting on like
Casey Gulalan.
And
remember, these are all Evangelion characters. So nothing crazy. There's no one from like Dragon Ball or Gundam or anything like that. These are all Evangelion characters.
I think I got it.
I do too. Looks like chat got it too.
All right.
Is it in fact Oscar Langley?
It is. Congratulations.
It's the G in Gulalan.
Yeah.
That's my giveaway. Yeah. I've learned a little bit from even last week's game where I'm like, I got to figure out what letters are really important.
Right.
And here it's the G.
That's true. All right. So next up,
Gendo Akari.
No.
It
We have
hasn't even popped up yet.
we have Amy Ernay. Amy Ernay.
I didn't know she had a last name.
Yeah, I think that one was okay. I think I know that one right off the bat. Let's see.
Oh,
Is it-
like, chat's quick.
yeah, we're
Yep.
gonna- is it Ray?
It is
Ayanami?
Ray.
All
Yeah,
right,
Ray Ayanami. Good
All
job.
right,
Ray.
cool.
All right, even chat's on it. All right. That's what's important because there are definitely those times I get stumped. I'm like,
I know that's
what
hard.
is it?
My brain doesn't work this way. As I'm even typing, I'm like, that's not even a word. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
it takes
anything.
time to process.
Yeah, it doesn't work. All right, so next one is Rikashi Jinny.
It was one too early.
Rikashi Jinny.
Dang, those are all like common letters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was quick that time.
Yeah, I think I got that one. Yeah.
I was so quick I inserted the previous question.
Is it Shinji?
It
Akari?
is Shinji.
All right.
You guys got this.
They have this almost rhyming name onto that one.
Yeah.
So that one was pretty good.
This is just to give us like a false sense of bravado.
I know,
Yeah.
he's
They're
gonna
gonna
give
get
us, like,
harder.
Then he's
He's
gonna
gonna
hit
give
us
us, like,
with
Sandalphon?
who's
Like,
Gendo?
oh,
Who's
shit,
Gendo's
what?
second in command? What's his name again?
Fuyutsuki?
Fuyutsuki.
Yeah.
I love how you know that. That's
Oh, yeah.
incredible. Nerd alert.
Well,
No, that's great. Okay, so next we
Funny if
have
it was Fuyutsuki.
we have Stuart Osama Kigi.
Nope,
Ooh.
that's it. That's
Ooh.
the right one.
Sounds like a
Stuart
villain
Osama
there.
Whoa, yeah.
What was his last name?
Stuart Osama Kigi.
Kigi.
K-I-G-I.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to that as my answer.
All right, I think I know who it is, but give chat a little bit.
I figured.
Huh?
I think
I see
don't
someone in
actually-
chat. Is Destiny right, Justin?
Sounds like a
Where's
Disney
that?
character.
I think I lost it.
Dude, I'm already like.
Is it Masato?
It is.
Oh, it's
It
not
is- It is
Stuart.
Masato Katsuragi.
Like if it's not Rico Pons, I'm gonna go with the Stuart
Yeah.
Osama Kigi.
I
from now on.
thought Stuart might be the next Rico Pons. For
Yeah,
sure.
it is definitely for me the next Rico Pons.
All right, you guys are doing great. Awesome job.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. Okay. Next we have J. Ro Riki. Or I'm sorry, J. Joe Riki. J. Joe Riki.
That's my cousin.
Oh, that's. I feel like I kind of know who that is.
J.
Well, let's
Joe.
give it
I
a
thought I
second.
did, but the J threw me off.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of
Okay.
J. Joe Kiri. It's
J. Joe Riki.
Riki. Okay.
Yeah.
J. Joe Riki.
J. Joe Riki.
right.
I don't know his last name. Is it Kaji? What's Kaji's last name?
Ryoji?
Oh,
Kaji?
Yep.
All right. Is
Oh,
it
there
Kaji?
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm on a first
Yeah.
name basis with most of these people.
Yeah.
Oh, you know him for that long.
Damn.
We're tight.
Who
I told
got
you. I watched them on VHS. We've been together a long time.
I only know J. Joe.
that? You did good. All right. Oh, here's another Rico Pons style one. Okay.
Oh, I like the Rico
Oh.
Pons ones.
We have Diego Renki.
Oh, man.
That's him. I know that dude. That's Ava Pilot.
Diego
13.
Renki.
Oh, no, 14, 45.
Diego Renki.
I'm best friends with him, man. You know?
Yeah. He actually works in the DC.
Renki.
Oh man,
Diego
I can't.
Renki.
I can't think of anything
I-
outside of Diego. So, wait, is it?
Someone's like Diego Akari.
I mean, that sounds like.
Looks like Chad's
yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
So he's actually in the original series. I would have considered him one of my favorite characters. I love Gendo.
Oh,
You know what? I
I love the.
almost got us all white gloves on Amazon.
Oh,
So
man.
that
Oh,
was really
man.
That'd be
perfect.
cool.
Yeah, I changed my
Just
mind.
started off like that, you know. Just,
Yeah.
Welcome.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So good job, everyone.
Best dad in anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You
on
should-
the other
He should have
side
been
of
on that
fence.
Family Feud best dad right there.
Yeah.
Gives Goku a run for his money as far as worst anime
Was
dad.
Kuko?
He definitely has a sink or swim attitude.
Yeah. And look, his kid reinvented the whole world.
That's true.
He couldn't have done that if he was coddled.
He's gonna need a bumper sticker on that.
But he got a couple of do-overs though.
My kid changed the world with Fourth Impact. And all I got was
With
this
second,
t-shirt.
third impact.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, third, second impact.
Oh, jeez. All right. So yeah, that was Kendo. Good job. If anyone that's just joining, we're not stroking out. We're playing an anagram game right now, and so we're mixing up some letters to create Evangelion characters. So you're welcome to play along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joshua
like
West says
Stuart.
this game is hard but fun.
Yeah.
Those are the best
Mhm.
kind of games.
Yeah, you like those.
Stuart Osama.
Stuart Osama Kigi.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So, what does it say? Make sure you guys
Make
put
sure you. Yeah. Oh,
Okay. So next we have Gaius Kurtoka.
Ooh.
Look at the name of the
Another
Lance
character
already?
that
Yeah,
I
guys was definitely named the Lance.
another character I didn't know she had a last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's the name of that Lance already, so I don't know
Are
if
we
this is
talking
really an
about-
anagram.
Gaius Kurtoka.
Yeah. What is Ritsuko's last name?
Akagi. Ritsuko Akagi.
Oh, they're all easy names. I should know these names.
And you got it.
All
It's a cool name.
right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good
Good
job.
job.
It's a
Now,
team
what's her
effort.
mother's name? That's the other thing.
I can unscramble them. I know what they're supposed to be, but I don't know the whole name.
That's why we got Nam.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nam, for showing up today.
No problem.
Nam's like chat, like in real life. Like we just brought like one from chat. Like, thank you. We needed this.
The one like, no, this is how it's supposed to happen. This is actually what
Yeah,
happened.
just like this. All right, so we have 2 left.
Ooh.
This is a fun one. Next we have Horatius Juza.
Oh.
That's the guy on CSI.
Yes.
Horatio Hornblower.
Yeah. Big old boat. Horatius.
Hey,
Juza.
Fran says hi, Nam.
Oh,
Hi, Fran.
Fran says hi.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
Ooh, this one is
Gracious.
Yeah. Horatius.
random
These are
21
like
people.
Hank.
Sounds
Yeah,
Roman.
Yeah.
These are the penguin names, though.
Nep, nep.
You can say,
No, that's
you can say
right there.
Horatius, I suppose.
Is it,
Horatius
um,
Juza? Chat's got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's Toji's last name?
Oh,
Suzuhara.
Suzuhara. Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. See, he
Is
doesn't
this-
know. He's not that tight. Like, you know their first name, but he
Yeah.
has to know their family, their family.
He's very- Nam's more formal than I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that was it. That was the.
We got 1 left.
Well, no,
Oh.
but that was the correct answer.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Toji Suzuhara.
You guys are good.
Yeah, Chat got it like super fast.
Do we want to do the giveaway for this
Yeah.
question?
This last one. First one to get it gets the real grade Evangelion.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So full name or just
Boom.
first person to guess the name?
Yeah, we'll
can they
do-
be David answers or Nam answers?
Yeah, let's have him be Nam answer.
Okay.
Yeah, the full
Full name.
Okay,
Full
full
name.
name.
All right. And you'll win this gorgeous RG Evangelion model kit.
All right.
Unless you
Short
did-
Ozaki. That is it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. But before, hey, if you want to be first, you just want to throw up a random name real quick before Justin says it. That counts.
Yeah, like think of a character he hasn't said yet. Hurry, put it up. I'm
Put
gonna
it
go
up
with
there.
Pen.
Fuyutsuki.
All right. So last one. We have Roku Insawagawa.
What is my Roku
Insawaga.
doing?
I'm sorry.
what?
My Roku.
Roku
Insawaga.
Insawaga.
You can like stream movies through him. Here he sounds like an Evangelion. I'm gonna go with Roku Insawaga.
Yeah.
Insawaga. It's like that's his name for real.
And it looks like
Yeah. He is my
Uh,
favorite angel.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
man. That makes
Man, like now that I saw like chat answer, I'm like,
yeah.
it clicked.
Right?
I'm all
It
I
looks
got.
like Nick Zilla one.
Okay, all I thought in my
The first
head was
one?
literally my
It
like a
looks like
Roku.
Mike's Monsters. Was he first?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, way up there.
Dang.
But that was before we even revealed it, wasn't it? I mean, I guess
maybe
we
he
did
threw
it.
the maybe.
I told him to throw it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
throw a
that's
name
true.
out there. Oh man.
All right, well that was
Yeah.
easy. Mike's Monsters.
I ruined your game. I'm
Dang.
sorry.
That's okay. You ruined everything.
All right. It should be easy for Mike's
Dang it,
Monsters
Shinji.
to message us on Instagram. You know the drill. We got to meet you at the Tamashi pop-up shop, and it was a total delight. So just message Justin, and he will make sure to get this real grade out to you. The only caveat is once you build it, you got to take pictures of it and share it with the world, and then we'll share your pictures that you're sharing with the world to our world, and maybe other people share it. It's so meta. So
Yeah.
meta.
And like speaking of Smart Shop, I know they have like the figure arts minis for what do you got? For Ava.
Oh yeah.
They're really cute.
Yeah, those guys right back over there,
Right there.
Yeah.
right
The
between
whole
Justin
cast.
and Nam.
So if you're over in Southern California and you're near Santa Monica, might as well.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
that's cute. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at how adorable. In their pink outfit.
Matches the.
As opposed to the white ones that they're gonna wear at their funeral.
Oh, yeah. They said
Spoiler.
the exact same
Yeah.
thing too.
Well, nice. Well, any parting words on Evangelion? Now, I guess the question is, Nam, do you think this is the end, or do you think they're going to sneak in something afterwards, or are they going to reboot this thing in 20 years?
I would say it's not the end. I believe that there is a lot more content that they can dig into, especially the 14-year gap. But then they're probably not going to focus on Shinji anymore because Shinji's story is done. He's happy now, so let's leave him as happy.
No, undo it.
I mean, they did do some teasers. Like I remember a long time ago, there was this small teaser called Another Impact funny enough that another impact happened in the movie, but there was like a small teaser with some new Ava completely.
Mhm.
So I feel like if they were to like go back into it, it'll be cool to see a new season or a new series with about the 14-year gap and what happened in between it. Because there's so much that happened. Like they even show a glimpse in the movie where like, Karu was the commander of Nerve at one point, and then Kaji, stopped Third Impact from happening at one point. So, it's crazy.
Right, yeah, that was kind of a random thing. All of a sudden, Kaji just saved the world, but he gets like literally like 8 seconds of screen time.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I've learned I'm gonna watch the next one if there is with Nam. So I'm
I'll be like, yo, this is all the symbolic meaning. I'll tell you right now.
Real quick, Mike Monsters already has the kit, so
nice.
we'll go to the next winner, who was in fact Nickzilla 2000. So go ahead and hit me up on Instagram.
Nice,
just
nice.
Message at Bluefin Brands on Instagram, and then I'll get all your information and send this kit out to you. Please allow 2 to 4 weeks for delivery because I'm just a busy man.
Well, congratulations on your kit.
And thanks, Mike's Monsters, for being an honest chap.
Yeah. We'll have to throw you something else instead. Something
Yeah.
that you don't have. Do you have a NAM? We can give you a NAM.
He's great to watch. Evangelion with
Figure out
you.
me. I'll watch it with you.
He's like your own audio commentary next year.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's like, Evangelions are mechanical robot mobile suits. You're right.
Technically, they're cyborgs, but
See, there
See?
you go.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
fixing.
Gotta
Actually,
have one.
I was gonna say,
cyborg.
actually. No, this has been a ton of fun. So, Nam, real quick, speaking of that camera, let everyone know where they can find you, where you're streaming, what you're streaming, and all that fun stuff.
All right. So if you guys want to see more of me, check out my Twitch at Hayanzo, twitch.tv. You can also check my Instagram, which is at Hayanzo as well. I do a lot of RPG streams. I actually do speedruns too once in a while.
Ooh.
I'll be streaming tonight. I'm actually opening up some Pokemon cards. So,
All right.
From,
You
the,
guys
from the
know.
new set? Or?
Yeah, the new Evolving Sky set. So we're going to have a lot of fun opening that.
Oh, yeah, I almost got some today.
Would you look on that?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You use your teeth.
I try not to.
There you go.
He just cuts right through the pack.
Yeah.
If he gets a good card, he tapes it back together.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've seen someone cut through a Charizard. It hurted my soul. Just saying.
Yeah, I watched some of those like pack breaks where people
Yeah.
like pitch in to buy, like the $1,000 boxes. And yeah, one of them he was opening and he couldn't get open, so he used the blade and he just like cut through like 3 cards. And because and those are sets where like even the commons are worth like a bunch of money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful with the cards, guys. No problem.
Yeah.
But thanks, Nam, for joining us, and thanks everyone for watching us on another Bluefin Hangout. We will be back next Friday at noon PDT, Pacific Daylight Time, where we have another Bluefin Hangout. Everyone have a fantastic long weekend. If you are fortunate enough to have Labor Day off, enjoy your 3-day weekend. Everybody stay safe. If you need to get jabbed, wear a mask, and make sure that you always pull forward into your parking spot. See you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.
Peace
Thank
out.
you so much.
You are the best.
Yeah.